Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avataravarishthaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Other's friend has come, other has brought him because he has lost his son, so that he will get consolation. He get consoled by Sri Ramakrishna. The grief of the heart, be it worldly or spiritual, can be quenched only by God. Because everything is karmadhina. Regarding jiva, all things are karmadhina. So, God alone can reveal Himself and relieve the soul from the karmic bondage. Nobody else can do. We may get rid of the grief as the time cures. We slowly, the grief tapers down with my re-engagement in the things. I slowly start forgetting. The intensity comes down and slowly I forget the whole incident. Sometimes I remember a grief seems to possess me for a while, but it again goes off. Sri Ramakrishna sang a song. What can you do? Be ready for death. Death has entered. He is translating as if he is giving out the same thing in different way. The song is what is told in the song he is repeating as if. What can you do? Be ready for death. Death has entered your house. You must fight him with the weapon of God's name. That is the essence of the song. God alone is the doer. I say, O Lord, I do as thou dost through me. I speak as thou speakest through me. I am machine, you are the operator. Ami jantra, tumi jantre. I am the house, thou art the indweller. Ami ghor, tumi ghorani. I am the engine, and thou art the engineer. Give your power of attorney to God. One does not come to grief through letting a good man assume one's responsibilities. Let his will be done. What all happens in this world and what all happens in the individual's life, God and the nature has a particular plan and a law governing the whole thing. Plan is evolution of jiva. Law, an important law governing the life of individual, is law of cause and effect, which is law of karma when applied to the individual. Whatever you do, you have to pay for it. Good for good, bad for bad. So, this law cannot be overlooked or done anything. But when you give a responsibility to a person, when you hand over the responsibility, you will see that it is his duty and responsibility he discharges by taking care in a very possible way, and whom you are giving is the authority who can change the law or exempt a person from the law. He is the lawmaker. He can waive off the law also, but none else can do. So Sri Ramakrishna is asking, surrender. If this grief cannot be removed, if grief cannot be removed, one who has taken the responsibility will give you the knowledge of the truth. He will reveal you himself, he reveals himself to you and relieves you from all bondages and sufferings forever and give you the supreme knowledge. Death is a play, birth is a play, and the soul has no death or birth. That knowledge by which you will see the whole thing happening as a play. But is not your grief for your son only natural? The son is one's own self reborn. It is like, I myself is reborn. Myself is reborn. Because of the so much of depth, involvement. Lakshmana ran to Ravana when the latter fell dead on the battlefield. Looking at Ravana's body, he found that every one of his bones was full of holes. Thereupon he said to Rama, O Rama, glory be to your arrows. There is no spot in Ravana's body that they have not pierced. Brother, replied Rama, the holes you see in his bones are not from my arrows. Grief for his sons has pierced them through and through. These holes are the marks of his grief. It has penetrated his very bones. Ramakrishna is explaining. One thing is, how deep is that pain a parent experiences when the son is dead. Before their very eyes. If in the childhood, early in childhood, or when it is born, or pre-born if dies, people will not remember also. They fast live. In the childhood, the various plays the child plays and the parents look upon. Day by day, every day is a new day, every moment is a new, my son is doing like this, my son is doing like that. They go on experiencing and telling others, look there, how is he playing, how he is able to talk, how he is able to walk. All these things, when they experience, then every moment the attachments is enhancing. When by the time he comes to youth, they find it very difficult to remain separated from that child. And when it is a prosperity is there in son's life, some light is there. When he is dead and gone, never to be seen again, nor known about anything about it, they get panicky. And how deep it is, Sri Ramakrishna is explaining. One thing he is explaining here is not only the grief is so deep when the son dies, but it is to be experienced as being experienced by all one day or the other. in one form or the other. Such a great person like Ravana, who none could shake him, none could bring him to grief. He was the one who was unshaken by even the fate. Such a person also one day comes when he has to experience this. This is the experience every soul has to pass through for his own evolution. The process of evolution is different. It cannot be achieved by any means except the nature makes him do certain karmas and pass through certain experiences that are essential to dissociate him from the world. Our problem is actually not the lack of wisdom or knowledge and understanding. We know, but we are not able to come out of the things which are binding us. One most important is the ignorance. Somehow the understanding comes, how to realize God. The path is not clear. What I have to do, what I have not to do is unknown. They go trial and error, because they don't know. From the beginning, there is a wrong understanding. If I do this, I will realize God. If I do this, I will get rid of certain defects in me. If I do this, first, instead of developing love of God, they begin with bodily control. Everyone asks, what food should I take? Should I take? The question of food doesn't come. But food is not an obstruction. That is a support for our life. Suppose I control my food, or I don't take my natural food as I was taking, not only body becomes weak. First thing, weakness is seen in the mind. Because food that we eat is going to become the mind. Intellect, everything is maintained by the food that I take. First they start controlling the food, which is not at all necessary. When Vyakulata comes, when the vision of God comes, God will arrange such food and food provider that they take care of it. Nature, let the nature and God take it. There is the ego comes. One is wrong understanding, one is ego, another is tamas, sticking to that. What I think is the right path, then they will start doing little physical austerities, getting rid of sleep. Sleep is not now problem. As you grow, as it is necessary, it automatically happens. You can't take certain types of food. You cannot sleep for some time. That automatically happens. Now because the advanced sadhakas are doing, they try to do here. Here it is not. First thing is develop love for God, intimacy, small studies, little calling on God. City, whenever first thing we have to do is not to waste time. Two ways we have to spend the time is spiritual practices, which include little deep study. Another thing is some kind of physical services and mental services to the world. What can you give? What can you give? I saw one sadhaka preparing varieties of food and offering to God. He goes for bhiksha, collects so many items. He has preferences. I want this item, that item. In bhiksha he asks for and prepares fine. It's a creativity. He is offering his skill. He is offering his many things in that, his love. He doesn't eat. He prepares and goes back to the house who has given that. not even tasting it, and collects some dried chapatis or rotis somewhere and spends its day. There is offering. Body is offered, mind is offered, senses are offered, intellect is offered, and somebody's welfare is done. And how they see simple things lead him to the goal. These things we must be, and then always the thing seen is from ancient times balance between the extremities. Anything stretched to extreme breaks off. People feel, because it is not dependent on the factors that we are going to handle. So result won't come. Any amount of sadhana will not lead to, because these are not the factors that are governing the spiritual realizations. Evolution. Evolution is not dependent on anything connected with your physical body. Even pranayama. Exercises are necessary to maintain body. Food is necessary to maintain mind and intellect along with the body. Studies are necessary to maintain the intellect with body, mind and senses. So these things are essential things. Now some people will start doing severe pranayama, dush push. It is not necessary, it is not concerned. Automatically pranayama happens when you are able to jump inside and go in. Till then it is not necessary. But because the mind is restless, extremely restless, they use little pranayama to bring the mind under control and make it sit on the desired goal. Otherwise, it's an obstruction because you are holding on to the body. Holding on to the body, you cannot think of the spirit or imagine of the spirit or move towards the spirit. Leave the body to itself. Let it nicely survive, do little exercises, sufficient food, movements, and then be one with nature. Evening they go for a walk, early morning they go for a walk, to be one with nature. What a beautiful life, to see divine everywhere and walk amidst the free nature. How to manage my life, spiritual life, I must know, or know it from the people who have passed through that path. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, both the path they have seen and known that this will not give any fruit at all. Drishtvantaha anayoho tattvadarshibihi. The end of the both they have seen, of the world and of the anything you do for body and as body or holding on to body will not give you the desired fruit. So here everyone has to pass through certain experiences. That experiences is one of these experiences that a householder passes through is bereavements, separation from the people whom we love. My mother, who opposed great when I left my home, for nearly 3 years after I left my home, she has not taken food. Food means meals she has not taken. Only tea and biscuits she pulled on for 3 years because I had left and gone away. Same mother stayed for 3 years in the ashrama in the end and was telling, only you did the right thing. I had so many children and none could. All they moved to the world. But the end was terrifying. All were caught in the mesh of the world. I thought they will be successful and they'll be nice. But only now I understand. God has taken you in the right path, though I wept, though I struggled. Unknown pain when you left, and I was very happy with the rest of my children. But I never could imagine that is not the right path. Right path is to go towards God, to evolve. And how that understanding comes, at least in the end, and how that transformation takes, that experience was necessary for my mother. And that experience was necessary for me also. How that nature manages whoever wants whatever experience and counter experience to evolve is being given. That's why he says, "Is not your grief for your son is but natural? But the house, wife, children are all transitory." How Sri Ramakrishna is bringing the truth, you see, giving the example of Ravana. Everyone has to pass through that because he is holding on. Because he has entered into family life, because he is holding on, it has to be snatched away to show the temporariness, the passing of show. And everything is ephemeral, everything is transitory, everything is going off. Whatever is there in this universe is a passing thing and passing event. Nothing real, nothing eternal. They have only a momentary existence. Now it is there, now it is no more. The palm tree alone is real. One or two fruits have dropped off. Why lament? God is engaged in the three kinds of activities: creation, preservation, and destruction. Death is inevitable. All will be destroyed at the time of dissolution. Nothing will remain. At that time, Divine Mother will gather up the seeds for the future creation. Even as the elderly mistress of the house keeps in her hodgepodge pot little bags of cucumber seeds, sea foam, blue pills, and other miscellaneous things, the Divine Mother will take her seeds out again at the time of new creation. Sri Ramakrishna is telling God is engaged in three activities, three kinds of activities: creation, preservation, and destruction. Continue happening. Any change means death of one state and reaching another state. My life is continuing through the process of death and birth. My childhood is dead. My adulthood has come. Adulthood is dead. Youth has come. Youth is dead. Old age, middle age will come. Middle age is dead. Is death and birth. Continuous. Every moment it is the movement of the sun round the earth. Now apparent. What we see in the morning, sunrise is there. The motion is there. Every moment that place is where it is and what is its position is dying, and new position it is occupying. It is going through birth and death. Sunrise has died and pre-morning, pre-noon has come. Pre-noon dies, noon has come. For afternoon has come. evening has come. So death and birth is a constant process. The child has gone to be born again. It is not an end, it is a transformation. Sri Ramakrishna began to talk with other veranda on the veranda north of his room. Master, Sri Ramakrishna began to talk with other. Master to other, you are a deputy magistrate. Remember that you have obtained your position through the grace of God. Always we remember whatever we are, if we are, it is grace of God, not our deserving or undeserving, nor we have done anything to achieve it. Whatever positive, whatever gain, whatever even life has come to us not because of our efforts. We did not put any efforts to come and live here, or there was any intention of living. We did not know there is a life and we have to acquire it. No. Everything is given. Life is given. And with life appears the ignorance also. Ignorance we have to get rid of and get back the lost identity. Everything, I am alive, I have got this body, and everything is just but the grace of God. If you see, you will understand. Now, whatever we are, wherever we are, what tapasya have we done? What great sacrifices have we done that we deserve it? Nothing. When we try to analyze and see how I am still alive, how the people are, what I have done that people must honor me or respect me, though I am very angry, get very angry when somebody insults me. But I have not got the status or anything that I deserve out of my efforts. When we try to analyze, it's all grace, except saying thanks and going ahead with that. Whatever is gained, to utilize it properly, to go ahead, otherwise there is no use or need of anything. So, talking to, you are a deputy magistrate, remember that you obtained your position through grace of God. Do not forget Him, but remember that all men must one day walk down the same path. We stay in the world only a couple of days. Transitory life. Om Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhrita Vigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namami.